Thank you so much, Greg. You know, love is in the air. Today kicks off GMT Wedding Week, a new series where we will marry one couple live on our show. But before we say I do, we plan to take you along each day of the process leading up to the final ceremony. So this couple's story is one that captured our hearts. And today we're excited to introduce you to them. So please welcome our bride-to-be. This is Nina Baxter, our groom-to-be, Sandino Sainclinat. I'm sorry, I apologize. Sainclinat, correct?
Yes.
Thank you so much. And the person helping us make the magic happen for GMT Wedding Week is elopement specialist Jennifer Allen. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
I'm so excited. I'm assuming that before all this happened, there were no expectations of getting married in a cave. Correct?
No.
Okay, well that's good to know, and we don't want to disappoint. So Nina, I wanted to start, tell us a little bit about how you two met. How did this love story begin?
So we met on a dating app. Expectations were very low for me from my end. We found some commonalities like coffee, and that's where we had our first date, at a coffee shop.
Oh, that is wonderful. So I want to ask you, Sandino, when did you know that she was the one?
Honestly, it wasn't just in one moment. It was the way she consistently made life feels lighter.
Oh.
And I knew, that's when I knew.
You knew that
Yes.
that was going to be the case.
She was going to be the case, yes.
Oh, I just love that. Because sometimes you do. You just kind of have that feeling, you know. So, Nina, what about you?
I think it was for me when we had our first argument and he wouldn't let me ignore him. I'm used to like just ignoring him, playing the ignore game, who can do it longer.
Yeah, that's right.
And he made me communicate like an adult, and I was like, wait a minute.
What, huh?
Wait a minute, what is this?
Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah, in
So-
fact, speaking of argument, you said being in this relationship has taught me that being right is never more important than staying connected. You said it's a reminder that love requires humility, not victory.
Yeah.
That is so wise, and that's something that you learned from.
I said
that? You said that. You said that. You said that. Okay, so now both of you are actually bringing children into this relationship. It will be a blended family. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey and introducing the kids, and what are your thoughts about bringing everybody together in this sort of new family experience and a new family reality?
You mean it?
Blending family might require taking time, but we just building on trust, create a safe space for everyone to feel love. So our kids play a big part in our story.
I bet they
So
do.
watching them playing, growing has been very special to us.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so Jennifer, you are helping orchestrate this big GMT Wedding Week. Now, what are you most excited about?
The thing I'm most excited about is just the audience at home being educated on the process of planning a wedding. I think it's so important for people to understand what all goes into it, the questions that you need to ask, red flags to look for, and just having an overall concept of this is one of the most important purchases outside of buying a home typically for people that they're gonna make. And you wanna go into it not only to spend the rest of your life together, but make sound decisions for that first step together as a couple.
Yeah, so you have to be practical about it, but
Yes.
you also have to preserve the fact that this is such a meaningful moment where you're
Correct.
expressing to the world of your commitment. You would do something called micro weddings.
Yeah.
What is all that about?
So I specialize in planning weddings for couples that have 0 to 50 guests with as little as 24 hours notice. I truly believe that if you want to get married today, you should be able to in the most fabulous way possible. So we've been able to curate these packages that allow couples to call us and simply have to show up, and we take care of everything else.
All right, so the two of you met online. I mean, that is so reflective of the 21st century. Any advice you would give to somebody else about when they're kind of going through that process and doing some online dating? Any advice?
I say be open, don't get discouraged. You might take a few tries. So just know what you're looking for and stay true to that.
Also trust your intuition, because people are crazy. So really listen to yourself, take your time, don't rush into anything, and really get to know this person as if you didn't meet online. That might be the meeting point, but then after you meet in person or whatever the case is, you know, you treat it like a real relationship. You nurture it, and you see if you guys, you know, are a match.
You know, I
And
love. Go ahead.
She made the first move.
Oh.
She like,
Ladies and gentlemen, Nina over here made the first move. I like that. Girl power, my friend. I love that. I think that's so great. Okay, so now another thing when it comes to the first move, you also manifested that this would be the date you were going to get married, regardless of finding out that you were actually having the GMT wedding.
Wow.
Yes, I did. So even before I met him, I just told my friends back in like beginning of 2023, I was like, guys, I'm gonna get married May 2025. I don't know who my husband is yet. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm telling you, by May 2025, I will be married.
That is so
And
exciting.
I
I can't wait to be a part of it. Congratulations. Thank you all for joining me, and we're excited to celebrate. We're going to be continuing GMT Wedding Week every day this week. Tomorrow we will tag along with Nina and Sandino as they find their attire for the big day.